Okay, let's dive into a really pivotal moment in American history, but not through a textbook. We're going to see it through the private diary of a teenage girl who was right in the middle of it all. This is the story of the night the University of Mississippi just erupted in violence, all seen through her eyes. So, in the fall of 1962, two completely different worlds collided on the campus of the University of Mississippi. You have a 17-year-old freshman, just excited for football games and dances, and a 29-year-old Air Force veteran on a mission to desegregate the entire school. Their lives were about to change forever. On one side, you've got Donna Sutton, a teenager who actually described herself as intoxicated by the new freedom of college life. And on the other, James Meredith, a veteran whose mission to integrate the university, backed by a Supreme Court order, by the way, would challenge the entire Southern way of life. So yeah, their two worlds were on a total collision course at Ole Miss, a university that was really a bastion of white supremacy and Southern tradition, a place where the past felt very, very present. And at Ole Miss, the past was absolutely everywhere. I mean, the sports teams were the Rebels, and Confederate flags were a staple at football games, a tribute to the lost cause. This place was so much more than a university. It was a symbol of the Old South. So as the semester kicks off, Donna's diary entries, they paint a picture of pretty typical college life, filled with all these new experiences and anxieties. But right outside her dorm room window, a political firestorm was brewing. Donna's world was this whirlwind of street dances, her very first college football game, the thrill of kissing a new boyfriend, and yeah, worrying about fencing class. These are those ordinary, exhilarating moments of a freshman's life, and they're all happening against this increasingly extraordinary backdrop. But the situation just escalated with alarming speed. While Donna was navigating her new social life, Mississippi's governor was openly defying the U.S. government. With every political move and countermove, the tension just ratcheted up and up, finally culminating in federal forces arriving right on campus. The tension on campus was becoming something you could literally feel, and it was getting menacing. In her diary, Donna noted a cross had been burned, leaving a 4-foot square of charred grass she stood on herself. And then this effigy of James Meredith appeared. Symbols of hate were popping up as the standoff escalated. And then, on the night of September 30th, 1962, Donna's world and James Meredith's mission just violently collided. She was huddled on a mattress on her dorm's lobby floor, coughing from tear gas, and she captured the chaos in her diary. Her entry begins with this desperate plea, written after midnight. She described hearing rebel yells, gunshots, and what she called these cries of anguish just filling the night air. She watched in total horror from just a few feet away as a crowd of students attacked a journalist. She wrote, "Guys kicked him, grabbed his camera, and smashed it. I almost got run over when the crowd suddenly backed off." And then the scene just devolved into chaos. Federal marshals, pelted with rocks and bottles, finally responded with tear gas. Donna described canisters hitting like bombs all around her as she ran for cover, terrified of being trampled. Her eyes were burning, her throat hurt, and the whole campus was just shrouded in smoke. That night, this simmering tension she'd once described as a hate stare, well, it just erupted into open violence. She first felt this sensation as a teenager when she unknowingly drank from the wrong water fountain and felt the silent, intense judgment of onlookers. Now, that silent judgment had a voice, and it was screaming. And look, this wasn't just yelling, this was basically an armed insurrection. Rioters used anything they could find as a weapon. Donna even witnessed men with Alabama license plates opening their car trunks and just handing out rifles to any boy who would take one. The campus became a war zone. Property was destroyed, cars were set ablaze by the angry mob. Donna wrote about seeing a photographer's station wagon completely ruined, its windows smashed in with an axe. The human toll, it was staggering. In the overnight violence, over 300 people were injured. And 2 men were killed. Paul Guihard, a French journalist who was murdered at close range, and a local 23-year-old jukebox repairman shot in the head. The morning after, the campus was in occupied territory. And Donna's diary gives us this incredible ground-level view of the sobering aftermath. So while newspapers like this one were reporting the official story, Donna's diary was capturing the personal reality. The lingering smell of tear gas, the sight of 4 burnt-out cars on her way to breakfast, and a strict 7 p.m. curfew enforced by armed soldiers.
Her account is so powerful because it reminds us that these big historic events, they don't happen in a vacuum. They happen to ordinary people who are just trying to go to class, fall in love, and figure out who they are.
Think about this for a second. Her college campus of under 5,000 students was suddenly swarmed by an occupying force 6 times its size, along with over 300 members of the media from all over the world. All of this just to ensure one man could attend his classes. Well, by seeing the Ole Miss riot through the eyes of a 17-year-old, we see more than just a clash of ideologies. We see the fear, the confusion, the little bits of normal life that somehow persist even in the middle of chaos, and the very real human cost of a nation confronting its own conscience.